The halls of Golden Sunset Care Center were usually quiet, but on this day a sharp slap echoed through the building like a gunshot. Tommy Miller, who had come to visit his 94-year-old Uncle Walter, froze for a moment then sprinted toward the sound. When he reached room 12B, his stomach twisted. Walter was on the floor, his lip bleeding, struggling to reach his walker. Standing above him was Patricia Hoffman, the nursing home director, her hand still raised, her face tinted with anger. "You filthy old man," she shouted. "How dare you accuse me of stealing?" Walter looked up, shaking. "You are stealing the food money, the medications, everything." Before Patricia could bark back, Tommy rushed to lift his uncle. And then another sound filled the hallway boots. 14 Hells Angels bikers, who had been visiting another veteran 2 rooms down, appeared behind Tommy. The director stiffened, suddenly aware she was no longer in control. "What's going on here?" Tommy demanded. Patricia straightened her expensive blazer and forced a smile. "Mr. Miller fell. He's confused. Dementia causes wild accusations." But Tommy could see the truth in his uncle's eyes. And something else struck him with cold horror. Walter was frighteningly thin. At least 30 pounds lighter than he'd been the month before. "Uncle Walt, when did you last eat?" Tears formed in the old Marine's eyes. 1 meal a day now. Sometimes only crackers and water. The bikers tensed, their faces darkening with fury. "That's dementia talking," Patricia snapped. "We serve 3 full meals every day." "Then you won't mind if we check the kitchen," said Hammer, president of the local Hells Angels chapter. "You can't go in there!" Patricia shouted. "This is private property. Call the police," Hammer said calmly. "Let them see everything." But before she could respond, a frail voice called from the next room. "Please, help us." The bikers moved past Patricia. What they saw made even hardened men go silent. Veterans heroes who had survived beaches, jungles, and frozen battlegrounds lying weak, skeletal, and alone. Beds were soaked. Skin was bruised from neglect. Several whispered the same thing. "She's been stealing everything." Tommy checked Walter's room. His medals were gone. His grandfather's watch missing. Photos of fallen brothers, the ones he never went a day without, vanished. "Where are his things?" Tommy asked, stepping toward Patricia. "They probably misplaced them," she stammered. Dementia patients hide, but she stopped when she realized Walter was holding up his phone. "Still recording." "I recorded everything," he said, voice trembling but steady. "Weeks of it." The videos revealed Patricia taking cash from families, ordering staff to cut food portions, and loading veterans' belongings into her luxury car. When she lunged for the phone, Tommy grabbed her wrist, stopping her cold. "Touch him again, and you'll need a nursing home yourself," he said. The bikers had already called the police, and once officers saw the rooms, the kitchen, and the recordings, Patricia's excuses died instantly. She was arrested for elder abuse and financial crimes. But the veterans had even more to reveal. Months of denied medications, starvation-level meals, pressure to die quietly so more beds could open for new residents. In the weeks that followed, the bikers refused to leave the veterans alone. They brought real meals, hired temporary caregivers, and alerted news stations across the state. The story exploded nationwide. Donations poured in. Investigators uncovered similar cases in other homes Patricia had run. Soon federal charges followed. Golden Sunset Care Center was taken over by new management, ethical, transparent, and grateful. The walls were covered with photos of the veterans who had endured so much. Not to remember the cruelty, but to honor the men who survived war only to be betrayed at home. Walter regained weight, regained strength, and regained dignity. He lived 2 more peaceful years after the expose. At his funeral, more than 300 bikers carried his casket draped in the American flag. And every single one of them made a promise: never again. Now at Golden Sunset, fresh flowers appear every day at the memorial, honoring the veterans who didn't live to see justice. And every visitor sees the same plaque at the entrance: protected forever by those who ride for the ones who once marched. Because real heroes never stop fighting. They simply pass the torch.